up, everybody? It's your boy back with another video, and shout out to everybody that's watching and supporting the channel. Get this, move the mic a little bit. But yeah, man, I actually saw this tweet, while I was actually, looking through my timeline, and then actually saw this, on my timeline, and it definitely, got my attention. It really did, because if y'all can actually see it, I think you can. It says, if you are a jealous woman, please consider not having children, as you might have a daughter and having a jealous mother is traumatizing, especially when she projects it onto you, causing you pain you'll never understand. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, this is coming, a lot of these daughters, man, I'll say this is some crazy, shit right here, because a lot of women's, issues starts off from their mothers. And I know a lot of people is not going to, talk about this, but if you actually, talk to women on a daily basis and ask them, how their mothers, how their mothers, treat them, you'll definitely hear a lot of answers saying they, treated them like shit, and you can ask them, why their mothers treat them like shit. A lot of times, they could be jealous mothers, probably narcissistic as a motherfucker, because there are a lot of women that has a lot of, especially in America, man. America has it's a narcissistic, corporation. It breeds out, narcissistic people. Because, look at, society that we have right now. You see a bunch of shit, on TV or on, social media, to where if you don't have money, then you think you ain't shit. If you ain't got no attention, or you ain't got no high social class, then you ain't shit. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or not. If you don't have anything materialistic, or or some sort of, kind of, how you say it? Just pretty much, materialistic things, or if you're not, in this certain weight, or your certain height, because it can also go down to, people's dating standards, where they have a very long list of what you need to be with them, but in the same time, if somebody does the same thing to you, to where they reject you because of the same list that you give to others people, they do the same thing to you, you'll have a problem with that. So then you start getting butthurt for having those same standards thrown at your face, from other people. So, and this actually goes to, mothers treating their, kids like this. I mean, kids like shit. Not just, the daughters, but also to the sons as well. And like I said before, it could be a lot of reasons to why they treat their kids like shit. Probably, because of really bad insecurities, or, or the kids, father didn't want to be with the mother, and so they try to, and this is actually where a lot of this, happens, especially in the black community. A lot of this shit happens when the black community, it's to the 10th power, man. It's way up there. It's so often to treat, people like shit. Especially, children. I know as men get talked shit to many times, but a lot of people don't even understand that kids also suffer as well, because you have the, what people in society say, there's not enough fathers, as a mother, life is, terrible, you need to be, women need to be strong, and don't take anything from a man, don't let him control you, he also tried to throw in some feminist rhetoric, to try to make it seem like, men ain't shit, like in America, but also, this happens all over the world too, but mostly in America, it is so common to treat other people like shit that it is not funny. Like, it's so easy to talk shit about other people just by, either online. Like, it's really easy to talk shit to people online, but, you rarely, see that, in person, unless you're like in the hood or you're from the projects, or you just happen to be in, like a middle or high class, like if you live in a place where it's like mostly middle or high class people, and you always see that one person that just decides to run amok, decides to start some shit, because if you're like, one of those people where you live in that type of society, then that's how most of the time you're gonna see that. You're always gonna see that one person that decides to tear some shit up. But if you're like in the low class, you're gonna see that shit all the time. You're gonna see that shit all the time. You're gonna see somebody, you could be just walking outside, and about to walk into your driveway, and you'll probably hear some gunshots, going off, and you're just gonna act. I'm trying not to laugh, but it can be so bad to where if you hear gunshots, people are actually gonna use it as an alarm clock. Because if you hear, gunshots like boom, 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 you'll be like, oh shit, it's like 8 o'clock. I need to get up, get ready for work. Like, oh shit, it's like 3 p.m. I need to hurry up and, do something. Like, oh shit, somebody got shot, and you probably don't even care. Like, we're so desensitized of the amount of bullshit that we've experienced in our lives. And a lot of people don't really care about it, especially if we're like minorities. Most of the time, black people, we're so used to it, but we don't really do anything about it, or try to do anything about it unless it happens to us personally. But even with that, we still don't do anything. But back to women that be treating their daughters like shit, and if you actually go into this person's tweet and go to their threads, you start to see a lot of women actually talking about what their mothers have done to them, either when they were growing up or how they are just on a daily basis. Like, like this chick over here. This chick saying, I come from a mother who diminishes every accomplishment I've ever done because of her inability to accomplish these same things herself. Diminishes my persona, looks great. My bad. Diminishes my persona, looks, greatest feats, etc. All because she hates for it to be me and not her. She pushed me to do shit I was uncomfortable with so she could live vicariously through me and make me experience things she never got to because of the bad positions she put herself in. Made me grow up to live out the dreams she had when all I wanted was to be me and be loved for me. When I didn't follow her dreams, she shunned me and made fun of me, and eventually riddled me off as a stranger because I couldn't fulfill the fantasies she wanted to live through in my body and experience. I'm consistently shamed for being who I am and diminished to nothing because of her jealousy and my position's being. Was also thrown out into the streets when I didn't care for her adult responsibilities, i.e. cleaning her home and taking care of her children. It was selfish, quote unquote, of me to not handle that so she could go out and be a 15-year-old girl again. She wanted to grow up so fast and couldn't be one. I paid a price for that. And there's a lot of women that actually gone through that shit, man. Now I definitely understand why, and y'all should definitely understand why a lot of women is so fucked up. And I've seen this shit like when I was like in high school, where women don't even know what the fuck they are, but they're going so hard in the paint for something that their mother is pushing them into doing, even though they probably don't like it, but because that's her mom, thinking that she's doing this for the best of her well-being, not even realizing that she's actually being used as like a pawn to make the mother herself feel better, which is, it's pretty sad, man. And they would do the same thing with the sons. They'll do the same thing with the sons, man. And women like her, like women that does shit like this needs to be held accountable, because those are the same women that are raising the future generations. And if the future generation is fucked up, then you might as well wrap the future in a little basket and just set it off down the sea, because it's not coming back. It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna go well. Shit's about to go berserk. And it says, and this other chick, I didn't realize some daughters go through this. I'm a mom, and my daughter is so fucking beautiful, perfect, but jealous of my child. She does everything 10 times better than me, but I don't hate on her. I celebrate her. I can imagine the toll this might take on you queens, and I hope you have our healing, half our healing from those experiences. You are perfect and beautiful and lovely, and I say this as a mother with a sincere tone. You are an amazing and wonderful woman. See, I've seen this many times in women and getting jealous of their daughters, even when it comes to their husband. Weird as hell. I mean, it can be pretty weird, because you're not in that very, very emotional mindset to where it's borderline, narcissistic. And there's a lot of, and also it's part of reasons why women try so hard to not let their fathers, see their children, even though those are his biological children. It's because of one of those reasons. She's jealous. She could be she could actually be jealous of the attention he's probably getting from, the kids. She's getting jealous of probably how much he actually takes care of the family, which is, dumb as hell, unless she's a fucking feminist. But other than that, man, like I've seen so many people torn apart because of just, divorce alone, or just parents, being so dysfunctional to where they fight all the time. They say some shit that, affects not only them, but everybody around them. And they just don't care, man. They just don't care. And let's see. Because I was light-skinned, my mother would take me to events where she knew older men would notice me just so they would notice her. Wow. When people gave me compliments in public, my mother would always insert herself and say things like, "Oh, and I'm her mother, that's my daughter." Wow, that's fucked up. That is fucked up, man. And let's see, another person. If I got compliments, she would always make sure the person I knew I was lazy or sloppy, or but she didn't. Yeah, I noticed that too, man. Why do I hate when they do that shit, man. I hate when they do that shit, man. Like, y'all mothers is fucked up, man. Not to them, not to these people personally, but just women in general that operate like that. Like, y'all ain't shit, man. Like, y'all really ain't shit, man. Let's see. It affected me until I started to notice people thought she was an asshole and would pull me to the side privately to tell me not to listen to her. Yeah, man. How old were you when you realized? I always knew my mom was fucked up because other people noticed it too and secretly let me know it wasn't my fault. But in my 40s, I was strong enough to confront her and put an end to it. And I did not hold back and have no regrets at all. No one told her about herself but me. See, 31, and I just did this during the lockdown. Took a lot of courage. Parts of me realized I still craved the relationship even though she was fucked in the head. It's so important to foster relationships with women who adore their daughters and want them to be happy and shine, so you understand what it is and heal the sad part of it. We were meant to walk alone without our mothers, but we can still be a mother to anyone who needs one. That's fucking crazy, man. I mean, I know how fucked up, these women are, but sheesh. And there's gonna be people out there that would still have no problem with that for whatever reason. They would still be like, hey, that's your mother though. Don't be talking bad about her and shit like that. And the crazy thing is, they could be the same people that be probably being talked shit to by their own mothers. They got the nerve to talk to other, like I had one person try to do that same shit to me, but I noticed that every time I'll be seeing that person around their mother, they will be talking down to them in public. But most of the time you would see black mothers doing that shit, talking bad about them in public. And you would see other groups of women doing that as well. Like you'll see Asian mothers, like I'll say this though, for Asian mothers, they'll be honest with their kids. They'll be honest with their kids, but they wouldn't be berating and just downright talking shit to them like they ain't nothing, like you see most black mothers would do. And it just got to stop, man, because you are literally destroying their lives. And they would do so many tactics to do that shit. Like, it's despicable. And I wasn't really gonna, and to be honest, I was actually going to just like, you know what, let me just, talk about something else. But nah, man, once I'm, like, even for right now, like once I'm reading these threads more and more, I'm starting to realize it is really common. Like, shit like this is really common. And I can see why a lot of women is so emotionally or, psychologically, damaged. And I can see why a lot of women feel like they don't really have anybody in their, they really don't have, anybody to protect themselves or protect their backs. It's because of shit like this. Now I understand why a lot of them has really bad relationships with the men that they want to be with. I see why now. I see why even they became mothers, they would do the same thing of what their mother did to them and treat them like shit. I see that now. So, jeez Louise, man. Like, I don't know what to say, man, but for the mothers out there, protect your damn kids. Even if you're actually going through things in your life, do not take it on the children. Like, please, I swear, do not do that shit. Because those kids will resent you, and they will never have that type of, kids to mother relationship, ever. They'll resent you forever, and they'll never want to be around you. So that's all I gotta, say about this. I actually didn't really mean to make this video this long. I just see this shit so many times, and this definitely needs to be, brought up, and many people to be aware about it. So definitely, like the video if you liked it. Definitely hit the like button. Comment on this video. Let me know what you think or anything you want to add on to, and definitely hit the notification button. And I'll talk to y'all later, man. Deuces.